stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
Get to know me.
No, you don't. You, come forward.
All
I
right.
will speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire of mixed blood is in the company of my daughter?
Well, see, me and your daughter got this thing going on here. Ever show you an Alabama black snake? I've been keeping her safe. That's right. What are you gonna do about it with your yellow eyes?
Safe? You call bringing her here safe? Has she explained nothing to you? Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
She talked. She told me something. I don't know. I was tired. She was nagging.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
Am I gonna have to kill her?
When I fled Castle Volkahar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
How does Serana fit in, and how do I fit into Serana? And you, my lady, Valerica. It's a beautiful name.
Like myself, Serana was a Freelancer. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Ball. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Ball on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
Cold Harbor?
It's what some call the domain of Molig Ball. His place in oblivion.
Oblivion?
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scrolls as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires.
Ah. I would never allow that to happen. Not until she started to show her age a little too much, or I found someone more attractive.
And how exactly do you plan on completing the prophecy without the death of my daughter?
I'll kill you. Well, I'll need your help. You'll need to die!
Have you been listening to me? Like Serana, I'm a pure-blooded vampire. My presence on Tamriel is as much of a danger as hers.
Yeah, what's her opinion on this? She hasn't been allowed to have one ever since I met her, but if you want to let her have one, by all means.
You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. You see the tyranny of the sun as your chance at deification. And like Harkon, you won't hesitate to destroy anything that stands in your path.
Bitch, you don't know me? Yeah, she believes in me. She loves me. She knows it. I know it. And you're against us.
Serana? This stranger may call himself a vampire, but he knows nothing of our struggle. Why should I entrust you to him?
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you?
Oh.
I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Yeah, she has feelings.
If you'd only open your eyes the moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly.
Sounds like a 16-year-old arguing with their ma.
Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two.
Yeah. I'm nothing to you. You don't love me.
But I don't know if we can ever have that.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us.
Dinners
But we have to
and
stop
family movie nights.
before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serrano. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me.
Hater.
If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours.
It's a hater.
Your intentions are still somewhat unclear to me.
I want to bang her and I want to bang you.
I'll assist you in
Clear
any
enough?
way that I can.
Alright. Drop the course.
Yes. I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned.
Are you gonna make me search you to find it?
To breach the barrier
I've totally
that
turned this
surrounds
into like
its
the most
ruins.
perverted frigging story ever. I'm sorry, I don't know why it went there. Oh, I know it went there, is what I do. What do we need to do? And how many times do we need to do it?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here.
Rocky Spires.
Destroy the keepers that are
Sounds
tending
pretty
it,
phallic, eh?
and it should bring the barrier down. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming
Yes!
around.
Beat a little dragon ass.
The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
Alright.
As you've been traveling in the Soul Cairn, your body has become attuned to it.
I'm
Let's
attuned.
just say
Like
a
Onyxia.
tiny part of you rubbed
Naxxramas.
off on it. And in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void.
Oh my
You should
god.
find no difficulty using the portal any longer.
So, a little bit of me got rubbed, and I filled. Alright. Alright.
Harkon's vision is a world plunged in eternal darkness, where the vampire can flourish, and never again fear the tyranny of the sun. What he fails to realize is how much attention would be called to our kind if the prophecy came to fruition.
The traveler has come.
If eternal night fell, there are many who wouldn't stand for it. They would raise armies in attempts to...
That was a little
return
Gozer the Gozerian reference there.
The order of the day would be our destruction, until every last vampire was hunted down and eliminated. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia, and the
Millennia.
only way we can continue to survive in the future.
Alright, can I just go kill shit now?
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
You hung out with janitors?
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
Gypped.
The Ideal Masters unleashed their kingdoms and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins.
Did you rub their little somethings and fill something up there?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well, alright
Since the
then.
keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach.
Yeah. That's a challenge I'm willing to take. They call me the Breacher. I got that name in Boy Scouts.
Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game. Each watching the other.
Clever.
See which will give in. I know very little about them. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Cairn, controlling every aspect from
You're
its
becoming
fabric
less
to its
hot.
appearance.
Your arms are kind of big, a little too big. I don't know, you've been doing a little bit too much of the push-ups or something, I don't know.
Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Cairn. I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached a point where they no longer require a tangible presence.
And the crystals?
Conduits, through which the ideal masters speak to their underlings and feed on their victims.
Why would they require sustenance, my lady?
The ideal master's weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the soul cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining with them. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as one would conjure an Atronak or Daedra.
Ah, an Atronak.
However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the ideal masters wind up here as harvested souls.
Wow.
Be careful.
No.
And keep my daughter safe.
No. I never make promises I have no intention of keeping. Alright. Tally her.